what we gotta watch, what we gotta watch.
Paul Match
What we gotta
TV.
watch, what we gotta watch, what we gotta watch.
Paul Match
What we gotta
TV.
watch, what we gotta watch, what we gotta watch.
Paul Match
What we gotta
TV.
watch, what we gotta watch, what we gotta watch.
Paul Match
What we
TV.
gotta watch, what we gotta watch.
Yeah,
what we gotta
buddy, that's
watch.
right. Get exposure right now. Holler at the homie Paul Mash, man, for Paul Mash TV. Hit up Paul Mash TV across all social media sites, alright?
Gotta watch, what we gotta watch.
Who we got next? Got next. Got next. Got next. Got next.
Well, hello there. It's Paul Mash TV time once again, and we're glad that you could join us. And we'd love to hear from you, so don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit the bell, and you'll always get the latest interviews whenever they become available. And of course, we got email, paulmashtv, all one word, at gmail.com. And you can use that for band and solo information as well as fan information as well. And we'd love to hear from you. And you can also comment on the comment section here on YouTube. And speaking of comments, you can comment on us on Facebook. Just go to facebook.com/PaulMashTV. Like the page, inbox me, reply to the videos. We'd love to hear from you there. And we have an official web address too. And you'll get all that information during the closing credits of the show, so stay tuned for that. From Louisville, Kentucky, in just a moment, we're going to interview Mondo, a very talented artist, and I think you'll agree. So before we do that, let's go to another word from Click Jam. Don't go away.
We got history, got me feeling the nostalgia when you look at me, thinking about what could.
Well, hello everybody. It's interview time once again, and with us from Louisville, Kentucky, we have Mondo. Thanks for joining us, Mondo.
No problem, man. Big ups to everybody just saying hey.
Okay. Yeah, we're glad to have you here. I guess one of the questions I ask a lot, and everybody has their own answer, obviously, is tell me the moment that you decided, Mondo, that you wanted to become a musician. I mean, did you fall into it, or have you always loved music? But let us know in your own words.
I've always wanted to be a part of it. The first time I was actually introduced to it, I was about 8 years old, and my mom sung in a church choir, and she was amazing. So, I would always, even as a kid, I would always look up to her for it. And one day she came to me, she wanted me to do a solo. And at first I was kind of hesitant. I was really nervous, and I was even scared. I think I actually started crying when it first happened. But once I did it, I just got addicted. The crowd came. I did Amazing Grace. I had people crying. My grandmother, she was moved by it. So after that happened, it just kind of stuck with me. And I kind of felt like, this might be the thing that I want to do. So once that happened, I just kind of stuck with it. My sisters, my mom's sisters, which are my aunties, they would always get together and sing because there's 4 of them. So they started learning group harmony when they were younger. And I would always get with them and listen to them and just absorb everything that they were doing. So it just kind of picked up like that.
Okay. Well, that's a pretty good story.
It's not too bad.
Yeah. Well, tell us about some of your influences. I mean, were there a lot of artists that you grew up with that that influenced you in your song creation and so forth?
Absolutely. If I had to pick one person who I feel like is just the guy that I would have loved to have been able to meet before they passed away, is Marvin Gaye.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big Marvin Gaye fan. Loved all of his music. I think it was very unfortunate that his father killed him over a situation that was kind of like more like religion based, because they kind of felt like he was doing a lot of devil music. But when he killed him, it just caught me off guard and shocked me, because I thought he was a really talented guy. So I felt like he did a lot of music, and I want to do the same thing. That kind of like, it just went generation to generation, and even today people still listen to him. So that's the kind of thing I want to do. I want to kind of leave a legacy when I do my music too. It's not really about the fame. It's just being able to go the distance. You know what I'm saying? So that's the most important thing to me.
Okay. Yeah, and it is true. I mean, Marvin's been gone for a long, long time, but he's just one of those that they consider him a legend, because he was great then, and he's still great now.
And I think to this day, people still say, I think he's like maybe the 3rd or maybe the 4th person to be sampled in the world ever, besides like him and James Brown and I think maybe Earth, Wind and Fire, or the P-Funkadelics. But a lot of people sampled his music, and they still do it to this day. So it's like whatever path he was on, I want to be on a path kind of like that. So.
Okay. Well, why don't you tell us a little bit about your albums? I mean, I don't know if you have physical copies or not, but where could you find your music at? I mean, I'm sure it's in all streaming formats.
Actually, I do. I got a copy of some of my albums right now that I just recently finished. One's called Agent Carter. It was an album that I kind of had to quickly release because I've been with Black Law now for about 1.5 years. So I kind of needed something to solidify myself with them, because before them, I was with a group called KY Made, which was based here in Kentucky. And it was me and about 4 other guys. But a lot of drugs and alcohol kind of caused a lot of issues. Like my dad always told me, if you're addicted to, sex, it's probably not good to go to a strip club. So, you know what I'm saying? It was one of those things where it just kind of just fizzled out. And when it fizzled out, I was kind of left in that little hiatus where I was trying to figure out what I needed to do. And then I met Doe Fresh the Don and Supreme Raw, who through the interviews. And they said, we really want to pull you in with us. So once they pulled me in with them, I had to come up with other stuff. So Agent Carter's the first thing that I dropped with them. And I've recently dropped some stuff before that, which was I did some things with KY Made. We did something called Fantasy Nightmare. You can find it on datpiff.com. I did Famous Way and an Infamous Way Part 2, which I also did with KY Made. I think you can find it. It's actually on my Spotify. You can find that on my Spotify. I got distribution all over the world. You can find me on iTunes, Amazon, Amazon Prime, places like that. So I'm pretty much everywhere now. And thanks to Black Law Rebel Music, which I got to thank my guys, like I said, Supreme Raw and Imperial Real Rail. They helped me out. So it was a good coming. I enjoyed them pulling me in.
Okay. Well, and speaking of Doe Fresh and Don, he's another artist that I interviewed some time ago, and he's
amazing guy, man. Amazing guy, great voice. I tell him all the time, I said, man, I kind of feel like you're the Biggie of our city. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's got a really good flow. He's got a real good gutter sound, and a lot of people look up to that. So I'm just glad to be a part of what it is he's trying to do. So.
Okay. All right. Well, we all know how to get your music, so be sure to check all those streaming formats for Mondo's albums, and I'm sure he'd appreciate that.
Check that out, man. Please check that out.
All right. Well, we're getting ready to watch in just a couple minutes here your music video. I think it's called Flex.
Yeah, it's Flex. I actually got to give a big shout out to a couple of friends of mine. I got to give a shout out to Dizzy. He was the guy that helped me get the videographer at the time. We don't talk as much as we used to, but I still want to give him a big up for helping me. And also another friend of mine who he's also, I'm going to probably refer him to you as well. His name's Trimlo. And he's a real talented dude too, real young guy. I'm kind of pulling him under my wing right now. And he just dropped an album called Traverse. And I did a couple of features on there with him. So, but yeah, the video's called Flex. You guys get a chance to check that out. I'm with Black Law Rebel Music. And I appreciate the platform, man.
Okay. Well, why don't you tell us a little bit of story about that thing, Flex? I'm sure there's an interesting story behind it.
It's very interesting, actually. I was here in the studio with a couple friends of mine, and I was looking for a really cool R&B song that I could come up with. My cousin actually came in and wanted to record with me, and he said he had a song, but he wasn't really a singer. So he let me hear it, and as soon as I heard the beat and I heard some of his lyrics, I'm like, man, that's amazing, dude. But he only had like the first verse, and he really didn't know what to do with it. So once he laid it, I said, man, let me take a look at it. I went over it, did a couple things, and then started adding some pieces and made the hook for it. And of course, Flex was what I came up with. He helped me write it, so I got him as a co-writer on it as well. So big up to CJ, man. I haven't seen him in a while. He's been going through some things, but I love him like a little brother. And he actually helped me form that song. And the producer on it was Josh Petruccio, which I think he's a young cat. He's only like 18, 19, but he's an amazing producer. So that's kind of how Flex came about. And then we shot the video for it a little bit after that. Oh, and big shout out to Shine, who you was asking about earlier. He kind of looks like a Jabberwocky, but real cool guy, great guy. I don't get to talk to him much, but we had a really good relationship. And he kind of helped me do a show at a place here in Louisville called Home of the Innocents. And they have a lot of young kids that are going through a lot of seriousness. They might have been born into drug issues and things like that. So it was really cool to be able to sing, perform for them, and also talk to the kids a little bit too. So.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll be watching that and just briefly. But before we do, I think that's about all we have time for, Mondo. And we appreciate you being on the show. And
Yeah, I appreciate you having me, man. I just like I said, I want to give a couple of shout outs to my mom, my family, to Alabama, of course, you down there. So big ups to my Alabama family. I love all my family. So and also rest in peace to one of my aunties that passed away up in New York. She's from Alabama. My dad and mom are actually going down there to pay the respects at her wake. I'm not gonna be able to go because I have to work, which sucks. But I got to get my money, and they're gonna go down there, and then they're gonna carry her body from New York back to Alabama. So she's gonna get buried with the rest of her family. So rest in peace to her. Loved her. She was a real good friend of mine. So.
All right. Well, anytime you want to come back, Mondo, we'd love to have you back sometime. So
I'd love to. You just pick a date, schedule it for me, let me know. I'm your man.
Okay. Well, let's watch that video right now, Flex, from Mondo right here on Paul Mash TV. Don't go away.
That boy is good.
I just like the sound of it.
Soon I hop up out the bed, grab my strap, count my racks, weigh my sack, and then I'm headed to the track. I just work me up a check, watch me flex all these diamonds on my neck, and you'll be trying to get mad. I just ran me up a check, watch me flex, ayy. I just ran me up a check, watch me flex. I just ran me up a check, watch me flex, ayy. I just ran me up a check, watch me flex. I just ran me up a check, watch me flex off these diamonds on my neck, and your bitch tryna get neck. I just ran me up a check, watch me flex, ayy. I just ran me up a check, watch me flex. Hold up, wait, I'm flexing, man. All these diamonds in my chain, watch them fucking swing. Damn shorty, you fine, baby, what's your name? Oh, that your girl, watch me fuck your babe. I can fuck your babe in that coupe, do my thing. Fly as fuck, making plays in my Michael J's. Dirty sipping on that dirty, dirty lemonade. I can hear you, I've been really blowing loud all day. Tell me what you say, watch me pull off through the gas, yeah. Smash the gas, yeah. Hit the mall and blow this cash, yeah. It's my bag, yeah. I got ex-bitches, they so sad, yeah. They so sad, yeah. Used to be broke, but that was last year. That was my last year. Now I'm chilling at the top. Got your bitch trying to get on top. Turned your wifey to a thought. She said she love me for the night. Her nigga broke, she think I love her cause I fuck her, I do not, yeah. She think I love her cause I fuck her, I do not, yeah. Soon I hop up out the bed, grab my strap, count my racks, weigh my sack, and then I'm headed to the trap. I just work me up a check, watch me flex all these diamonds on my neck, and your bitch tryna get neck. I just ran me up a check, watch me flex, ayy. I just ran me up a check, watch me flex. I just ran me up a check, watch me flex, ayy. I just ran me up a check, watch me flex. You don't understand this game. OG status, fuck the fame, no one else to blame. Gotta get this money, yeah, you know my name. Cash flow keeps coming, now them niggas change. All them niggas change. Old school gripping grain. Blowing herb, KY rays, then I'll never stray. Henny from the bottle, there's no need to chase. Pass it around, take it to the face. Better slow your pace, cause you know I do the damn thing. See my damn chain, as these bitches give me damn brain. It's a damn shame, smoking draw up every damn strain. That's my campaign, losing focus, drinking champagne. Bust my damn brain, now I'm chilling at the top. Got your bitch trying to get on top. Turn your wifey to a thought, she says she loves me for the night. Her nigga broke, she think I love her cause I fuck her, I do not, yeah. She thinks I love her cause I fuck her, I do not, yeah. Soon I hop up out the bed, grab my strap, count my racks, weigh my sack, and then I'm headed to the trap. I just work me up a check, watch me flex all these diamonds on my neck, and your bitch tryna get neck. I just ran me up a check, watch me flex, ayy. I just ran me up a check, watch me flex. I just ran me up a check, watch me flex, ayy. I just ran me up a check, watch me flex. All these diamonds on my neck. I just ran me up a check, watch me flex, ayy. Watch me flex.
I just like the sound of it.
And that boy can sing. Must be crazy. He good. Must be crazy.
Watch me flex.